Since it has taken decades to get here, you indicated that we might be in the fourth inning of the AI landscape and this next iteration, if we may use that term. However, businesses such as Nvidia have told us that they plan to build a data center with 1 million chips in the future. This year, what's more popular than Nvidia stock? In the near future, the unique, limited edition Nvidia keychain collectible would be valued hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. In a matter of seconds, our original stock was gone. Click the link below to get yours right now. When they report this earnings season, what more do you need to know about the likelihood that we will finally witness that? According to your assessment, when will we see these 1 million chip data centers? Answering that question is difficult. It's difficult to tell. Sadly, sometimes technological advancements or innovations abruptly soar, and other times we essentially feel content with what we have and keep using it. So that's really up in the air. The duration may be 5 years or 10 years. I'm not really able to respond to that query. However, I believe that Nvidia has done a respectable job with that entire suite of products, surrounding their GPUs with that entire layer of products. Because power or energy is one of the primary problems we're dealing with in general when it comes to the AI cycle. Those data centers, after all, must be operational around the clock, particularly when it comes to training. That being said, is it possible for those processors to function a bit more efficiently? How can power be more effectively distributed to specific areas of servers and data centers for specific tasks at certain times? The tech industry has been rocked by the recent decline in Nvidia's stock price. Is this an isolated incident or an indication of a larger market trend? Although it may be easy to blame the reduction entirely on company-specific causes, the truth is probably more nuanced. The AI revolution has greatly benefited Nvidia, which is sometimes regarded as a bellwether for the IT industry, as investors placed bets on the company's capacity to profit from this expanding market. Its stock price skyrocketed. Because Nvidia's GPUs are crucial for AI applications ranging from autonomous driving to machine learning, there has been a lot of interest from investors. The latest decline, however, raises the possibility of a revaluation of valuations throughout the tech sector. High-growth tech stocks are facing a difficult environment as a result of rising interest rates and a general economic downturn. Businesses that were once thought to be unbeatable are now coming under investigation, and investors are growing more wary of prices. This general tendency may be reflected in Nvidia's drop as market players reevaluate whether high valuations are sustainable in an uncertain economic environment. The beautiful thing about Nvidia is that it has software that can assist with it. This is only one example of the entire stack it offers. As a result, their present market dominance, leadership, and first-mover advantage may make it difficult for rivals to switch, which is a healthy moat and a useful competitive advantage. As a result, I believe they are in a very good position within the current AI cycle. Nvidia shares are down slightly more than 10% in the second half of 2024, according to investors who have been following the ticker symbol nvda. Taking everything into account, what advice would you give someone trying to determine a good way to go into Nvidia, even at this point? Yes, it is difficult. It has been somewhat declined and returned. I mean, there seems to be a shift toward the SMIDs, or small mid-caps, as I like to call them. You know, we've seen the Russell 2000 do fairly well. However, as far as our valuation goes, we now place it between 140 and 150. Therefore, I would think that more downside might be required in order to attract new investors. However, I believe it's preferable for investors in the name now to stick with the market leader in AI, which benefits from AI growth and development on all fronts. That's my opinion of Nvidia, then. Investor worry may also be exacerbated by Nvidia's reliance on a small number of important clients and industries. Despite its high profitability, the data center industry is highly dependent on large clients that may eventually diversify their providers. Risks associated with this dependency could have an impact on Nvidia's sources of income. Another thing to think about is the geopolitical environment. Nvidia's supply chain and market access may be impacted by trade disputes and regulatory constraints, especially those involving the United States and China. The company's growth prospects are made more challenging by these uncertainties. It's unclear if this signals the end of the tech bubble, but it's certain that a time of consolidation is starting. technology still has bright future prospects. It is anticipated that the need for AI, cloud computing, and sophisticated graphics will only increase, giving Nvidia a strong platform for the future. However, while the market adapts to the new reality, investors should expect ongoing volatility. Nvidia will need to preserve its dominant position in the IT sector by navigating these obstacles with strategic agility and ongoing innovation. I must interrupt with a recent incident that is incredibly entertaining. In China, when you purchase a McFlurry, they ask if you would want an Nvidia keychain, which costs $20. However, the Nvidia keychain is now sold out and is now selling for hundreds of dollars on the retail market because they only made it available to less than 10,000 people. In response, Elon said, "In that case, I'll definitely have some," adding that he was unaware it was taking place. Just so you know, you can purchase this Nvidia keychain by clicking on the first link in the description. I'm not sure if this is a joint venture, but both McDonald's and Nvidia made posts about it in China. In any case, this product could sell for thousands of dollars in the coming years. There aren't many opportunities for us to purchase rare collectibles like this. We only have 100 pieces remaining, so be sure to click the link in the description and act quickly. Ray traversal and bounding box detection were accelerated in 2018 with RTX, which allowed ray tracing to be accelerated using a parallel processor. However, depending on the number of rays we were ray tracing at a rate of, say, 1 frame per 10 frames or perhaps 5 frames every second. Although video games and real-time graphics require higher resolutions, we were using 1080. This audience is undoubtedly aware of what it means, but for others who are seeing from a distance and are not employed in this industry, it is a method of manipulating light in computer graphics to replicate the real-time interactions of light. Yes, exactly. In the past, rendering took a lengthy time. Only a few pixels could be rendered without a supercomputer. Ray tracing can now be accelerated with RTX. Although it was real-time and interactive, it wasn't quick enough for video games. We therefore recognized that we required a boost, perhaps a 20x or 50x boost. Thus, the group created DLSS, which produces a single pixel while inferring numerous additional pixels using AI. We trained an AI that fills in the blanks for everything else based on what it observed. Thanks to artificial intelligence, we can now display completely ray-traced and fully path-traced simulations at 4K resolution and 300 frames per second. We witnessed this trend in 2018. 2022 saw the release of ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Yes, ChatGPT from OpenAI, the most rapidly expanding service in history and a breakthrough capacity. Since ChatGPT, researchers in the business have discovered ways to utilize AI to understand not only words, but also the meaning of pictures, videos, 3D models, chemicals, proteins, and scientific concepts like particle physics and thermodynamics. Since then, we have not only gained knowledge, but also developed the ability to produce these modalities. Text can be followed by pictures, movies, 3D, proteins, and chemicals. This has been made feasible by generative AI, ushering in a revolutionary era that will impact almost every industry, whether it be weather forecasting, scientific computing, or the development of virtual scenes for industrial digitalization. Generative AI will revolutionize robotics and autonomous vehicles. Thus, we are now using this new method. Allow me to briefly explain. Software was created by human engineers in 1964, which is seen in the upper left corner of our timeline. These days, machines may learn to program software, resolving previously unthinkable issues. Software 3.0 is the result of generative AI, in which teams of AI specialists solve complicated problems using pre-trained foundation models. You seem hopeful that these generative AI technologies will improve in accuracy and control. Hallucinations and poor quality outputs are still problems, and these technologies use a lot of energy. Why do you think generative AI will become more manageable and beneficial? Reinforcement learning with human feedback was ChatGPT's major innovation. This made it possible for AI to match human values and abilities. The replies were subsequently restricted to the trained areas by guardrailing. Lastly, authoritative data can be extracted from sources other than the training dataset thanks to Retrieval Augmented Generation, RAG. One could, for example, Vectorize all of a person's papers or articles into a semantic database. The AI looks up pertinent information when asked and incorporates it into the response. Text-based.